Hello, we're the marriage CEOs, Doctors Richard and Nephetina Serrano, and we have Covenant Rescue 911.
Listen, it is a 24-hour hotline for married couples and families in crisis. If you are experiencing depression, infidelity, or anything that makes you feel uncomfortable, I want you to call the number on the screen right now so we can talk to you, we can pray with you, we can get you to a safe place. Please don't hesitate. Call that number right now on the screen, Covenant Rescue 911. It is a 24-hour hotline for married couples and families in crisis. We will talk to you soon.
God bless you.
Woman of God, you are a hard act to follow. Yes, truly only God. And I know that you were so full with so much. Honestly, we could have sat there and listened all night. But for the sake of time, and we do have people, I know you guys ate. I hope you're still feeling good. There will be some refreshments later as well. And this was one of those days that we did not want to rush anyone, because this is so important when you're talking about relationship and when you're talking about marriage. So I first want to just give honor to God, who is the ruler of my life. Hallelujah. And honor to my husband, my boo. I told him today, I said, you my Sunday with the jimmies on top. He was all the way here smiling. I was like, don't worry. But I just thank God today.
Amen. I just want to say to the women of God also that, you know, she talked about diligence in before you get into a relationship and getting married. We've been married for over 28 years now. The Bible is a little older. Amen. But you don't want to find out later, which you will anyway. Eventually, you will find out what was being covered or tried to be covered up. So it's so important to do your due diligence and to ask those questions, those hard questions, because they are hard. Because that person can walk out at any given time with just one question. That's right. And then you're moving on to the next person. So I appreciate you and the things that you've said, because everything you said was correct. Amen. It's hard being single, but just think about being married. You're sharing your life with someone for the rest of your life. Amen. So it's important to do it right the first time. Premarital counseling is so important. But what we're going to attempt to do today is giving you some corporate strategies for winning in your marriage. Amen. And God has given us Covenant Rescue 911, which is a 24-hour hotline for couples and families in crisis, where we have over 140 churches, 47 certified counselors already. We have our location at 47th in Lancaster. So this is something He has given us. We have a heart for couples. We love couples. We do all we can do to try our best to relay everything that God is giving us. We've been in people's homes till 2, 3 in the morning, 3, 4, 5 hours, just sharing with them the Word, sharing with them our experience, and just praying that they would just listen to one thing that we said that can help their marriage. And so we are excited to be here. We love talking about marriage. We love encouraging other couples and standing with couples to do the right thing, because there's so many wrong things you can do in marriage.
That's right.
And it just takes us just a quick second just to think about some of the things how God has brought you together in your marriage. Amen.
You know, I say that the information that you're getting here today, and yes, we're looking to do a panel at the end, but I am thankful because sometimes those questions can get away from you and you forget them, and sometimes it's very important to deal with things in the moment. So I just want to say we're here to talk about corporate strategies for winning in your marriage, and that is Very important, because the same way you go to a job, a 9 to 5, you walk into place, there are rules, there are regulations, they have their own bylaws or ethics, code of ethics that has to be followed. And so we need to understand that when we walk across the threshold of our own homes and our own doors, that there's rules, there are codes of ethics, there's communication that has to take place in that place. And so even when God had given us the vision to do marriage ministry for couples and families, one of the visions that I received was that of a family walking in a house and waving, and they were smiling. And as they entered into the house and closed the door, I saw, God allowed me to see beyond seeing, and I saw there was hurt beyond the walls. There was hurt beyond the walls. So my husband and I, as we work collaboratively and collectively together, one of the things that we see, especially among leaders, entrepreneurs, and those in ministry that work together, there's hurt beyond the doors. And so we are here to stand for leaders and to let them know that we are willing to stand the test of time, to walk and alongside you during those times.
Amen. So, corporate strategies for winning in your marriage. The foundation and organizational structure is what we're going to talk to you about. House policies, procedures, and qualification. How many people know that you need to be qualified to do certain positions in your home? Just like in corporate, they train you to do certain positions. You don't go into a marriage knowing everything. You don't go into a marriage knowing what your qualifications. Well, you know what your qualifications are before you get there. But some of us have a resume that's not really telling the truth. How many people know that? Those resumes sometimes are made up. They're not all true. How long have you been doing certain positions? 5, 6 years? You only been doing it 2 months. So the truth of your resume really affects your relationship in your home. Amen. Now, we don't ask for a resume when you get in the home, but some of us should have a resume. Because whatever our background is our resume. So if you haven't been cleaning, if you haven't been supporting, if you haven't been washing and helping your father and your mother doing things in the home, don't think you're going to be doing those things when you get married, because you're not. So just like in corporate, you get trained to do it. I suggest you get trained to do certain positions, because some positions are by default. We get stuck doing things we have no business doing. Amen? And because the other person don't have time to do it, you have to do it. So you get stuck doing it. The third thing we're going to talk about is the benefit package. There is benefits being married. Because as soon as you say, I do, that's when all the benefits right there comes before you. Now, when you're in corporate America, you have to accept the package. You have to accept the letter, the offer, right? Until you accept the offer and you go through the steps, you have to wait 6 months to a year before you get benefits. The beautiful thing is, in marriage, your benefit starts right after I do. But it just matters of what you do with it. Because those benefits.
Hello, everyone. We are the marriage CEOs, Dr. Richard and Dr. Nephetina Serrano, and we want to just let you know the book that we have that's out there in stores now.
This is our book. Yes, we're releasing it this year. The Marriage Corporation. It is corporate strategies for fulfilling God's purpose in a covenant marriage. You want this in your life. It talks about the foundation of marriage, the institution of marriage, and why God instituted it so we can have good success in our relationships. You want to get this book, and you can get it by.
Pick up your copy today. You can go to our website, www.themarriagecorporation.com. Thank you.
So as we're talking about the foundation and organizational structure in marriage, we're also going to be dealing with the house policies, procedures, and qualifications. And that is also a part of the marriage. And so we're going to be talking about who? The chairman of the board. Because there's structure in relationship, in marriage. There's structure in corporate America. And so we'll also be talking about the president, the vice president, and the positions that you hold within the marriage. When we're talking about strategy, strategy is a plan of action designed to achieve a long-term or overall aim. So that it means that you have to plan in order to strategize. So you can't work a strategy if you haven't done your work. So no matter how you look at it, you have homework. That's right. And so when we do our premarital counseling, a lot of times people don't want to do their homework. That's right. Why? Because that's where you really have to get down to the bottom line. And the woman of God said it early, to the root of the issue. Right. See, we want to deal with the stuff up here. We don't want to deal with that surface stuff, because that's where the real issues lie. But I promise you, like she said, if you don't deal with the root of the issue, you're going to face it again and again and again.
And let me say something. People don't fail to plan. People don't plan to fail. Let me say that. They just fail to plan.
That's right.
You got to have a plan. You know, in corporate America, everyone has a plan. The president has a plan. The president has a strategy to get you promoted, to get you to a different position, a higher position. You should have a plan in your home also to continue to go to different levels in your home. Amen. It shouldn't be the same. No, when you got into the marriage, it shouldn't stay the same. 3 to 6 months later, you guys should be progressing into new things.
So let's talk about the beginning, because that's where you have to start, right? So in the beginning, in Genesis chapter 1, God established an order and a structure, and thereby he laid down the foundation of social cohesion for all mankind, with special respect to the family structure. Yes, ma'am. But let us go from the beginning.
In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. He had structure. Amen. Yeah. The earth was without form and void, and the darkness was on the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. Number 3. Then God said, let there be light, and let there be, and there was light. Amen. He had structure. He had order. What should we have in our home? The same thing. We should have order in our home and structure. And God saw that the light was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. Again, he did it again. He divided the light from the dark, and he called it light, and he called the darkness night. Amen. So the evening and the morning were the first day. Then God said, let there be
a firmament
in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters.
Wow. Let there be a firmament, and let it divide the waters from the waters. What is he doing here? So I looked up firmament, because it was like, okay, well, what is that? That's a layer or a dome that comes between. So he divided the waters with a dome, and then there's waters above. So there's waters above us and beneath us. What a mighty God. When you think sometimes on the strategies that God uses, but understand too, God had to have been an amazing architect to even think of a design such as that, to put between heaven and earth, the realm above us, and then there's the water beneath us. So on verse 7 it says, thus God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. My God. And it was so. And so the evening and the morning were the second day. And then God said, let the waters under the heavens be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. Then he said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb that yields seed, and the fruit tree that yields fruit according to its kind.
Amen. Now, whatever the size family unit you have, it needs to be, it needs to have some organizational structure.
Yes.
For it to function effectively, efficiently, and properly. Most certainly in a marriage, if you don't have that in a marriage, it does and it will suffer. A marriage that suffers a lack of structure is quite likely to encounter problems. That's without saying. You're going to enter right into it if you don't have that in place, which is house policies as well. A problem, encounter problems, especially when an attempt to implement order is made. In other words, a family function, if you don't have those already implemented in your home, and when you try to implement them, it's going to be some issues.
That's right.
That's why you have to start off right at the very beginning and start setting the policies and the house rules and the things that's necessary for your house to run smoothly. Amen. And not saying that you can't do it afterwards. It's just going to have to be a little bit more effort on both parties and also the family's parties involved, because the children is also involved with the house policies and the structure in the home. Amen.
So understanding that there is a compelling need for household policies. And so what are house policies? Well, what is a policy then? A policy is defined as a statement of intent that is implemented as a procedure or a protocol, which would be generally accepted by the members of the family after they have been developed. Say after. They have been developed. So understand, again, you got to do some work.
That's right.
Got to be there in the midst. But you have got to do some work. And so procedures and protocol by the senior executive officers we call the husband and the wife, otherwise known as the president and the executive vice president.
That's right, you always have a boss over you. And that's just like in corporate America, they're always the chairman of the board, and of course you're being the president of your home and the vice president of the home. How many know that the man is responsible in his home? Listen, if something goes wrong in your home, it's your fault, man. I tell my wife all the time, if I don't agree with something, I say, honey, you're on your own. You're on your own. Because I don't agree with that. I think we should do it this way. Or if not, let's wait a little bit, let's pray about it, and let's see how we should handle that. But we always run things by each other because we should. She's my helpmate. She's my helpmate. God brought it in my life for a reason. Amen. He didn't bring it in my life. Listen, when God said that we should have rule over the earth, He didn't say we should have dominion over the people. He said over the earth and all that is in the earth, but not the people. So I don't rule my wife, but she doesn't rule me. But we know that our place is to be help one to another, to help to build the kingdom that God has given us to build. Amen. Because He put us together for a reason. And it ain't for our reason. Thank God we love each other, we're together. But you know what? God has a bigger plan for that. And that's why the devil always tries to mess with you when you're trying to put things together, get things together, put that love. And it's not, unconditional love is serious. It really is serious. That don't mean like what you were saying, it's not about appearance. It's about really loving and knowing somebody. I told my wife, I told her a couple days ago, I said, I get to hang out with my best friend all the time. And that's really awesome. Because if you don't see your spouse as your friend, and sometimes you can't make decisions based on your marriage. Sometimes you gotta say, wait a minute, let me put the marriage to the side. Let me see how I would answer this for my friend. Because we answer different for a friend. Some reason we have more compassion. We have more concerns when we talk about a friend. Okay, serious business. It's serious business. And it takes two. And ain't just one person. One person don't run the show. But that means you're going to run the other person right on out the door. Amen?
Yes, he brought up so many good points, and I'll tell you, not only are we friends, I mean, I had to think about it for a minute. I have worked with my husband on at least 4 or 5 corporate jobs. Good jobs, okay? And we still don't get tired of each other. Though women still, no, we don't get tired, no. We don't.
But you know what? They didn't know we were married either. And some of those positions we had, they did not know we were married. The reason we had to say we were married because they started hitting on us. So we had to say, listen, we're actually together. We're not just having lunch sometime and things like that. So we had to really say, listen, that's my wife, and you know. But you know, you can't be like that in corporate. You can't be on the top of each other all the time. You gotta be professional. You gotta be friends. You gotta be, you know, co-workers. You know, you gotta learn how to separate certain things. You know, listen, when you have decisions to make in your home, don't take it personally. Don't take it personally. The decisions you have to make about finances, it's decisions you have to make because it concerns the household and where you're going in your future. Sometimes we can't spend certain things because we have to save it for what we want. Amen? And if you both can't agree with that, then you have to table it. Just like in corporate, you have to have meetings every week. You have to have meetings weekly to talk about what works and what does not.
Hello, we're Doctors Richard and Nephetina Serrano, the marriage CEOs. Welcome. We are here live on set at Dominion Television. We want you to join us every Saturday live 10:30 a.m. That's every Saturday live 10:30 a.m. You don't want to miss it.
And we're going to be talking about relationships. Don't miss it.
Hello, we're the marriage CEOs, Doctors Richard and Nephetina Serrano, and we have Covenant Rescue 911.
Listen, it is a 24-hour hotline for married couples and families in crisis. If you are experiencing depression, infidelity, or anything that makes you feel uncomfortable, I want you to call the number on the screen right now so we can talk to you, we can pray with you, we can get you to a safe place. Please don't hesitate. Call that number right now on the screen, Covenant Rescue 911. It is a 24-hour hotline for married couples and families in crisis. We will talk to you soon.
God bless you.
Hello, everyone. We are the marriage CEOs, Dr. Richard and Dr. Nephetina Serrano, and we want to just let you know the book that we have that's out there in stores now.
This is our book. Yes, we're releasing it this year. The Marriage Corporation. It is corporate strategies for fulfilling God's purpose in a covenant marriage. You want this in your life. It talks about the foundation of marriage, the institution of marriage, and why God instituted it so we can have good success in our relationships. You want to get this book, and you can get it by.
Pick up your copy today. You can go to our website, www.themarriagecorporation.com. Thank you.